I'm just trying to enjoy my Friday before I leave for Green Bay, and Davante and the Packers got to go make things difficult. How is everybody? A little extra cheese for you with the news that Davante Adams and the Green Bay Packers have ceased contract negotiations. Interesting phrasing from one Ian Rappaport saying that they've been talking for months and now talks have broke off and they are now in a bad place. That is 1,000,000,000% some agent-fed nonsense right there, as far as trying to frame it publicly. It's a PR war, always is. People on Twitter and in the comments already, please stop with the panic nonsense. Please, with the jumping of the cliff. Is this the end of the Packers? Slow down, take a breath. Look, Davante is a phenomenal player, the best wide receiver in the league, and the Packers should absolutely pay him. But I understand trying to draw a line at some point. The Hopkins situation is clearly a problem because he is paid so much more than every wide receiver on a team where they have a rookie quarterback contract, and it's a lot easier to maneuver around. The Packers are in an impossibly difficult situation with Rodgers' contract, the 2022 cap being such an issue. There are a lot of balls in the air here for Russ Ball, and the fact that they have stopped talking does not preclude the possibility of talks picking up later in the year, maybe even this summer, although I doubt it. But this idea that all of a sudden the Packers are falling apart or everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket, y'all need to relax. Go outside and touch some grass. Good Lord. People have been staring at computer screens for too long. Let's see what we got here. We got super chats up in here already. My goodness. What's going on? Donnie, how are you, man? Thanks for the super chat. Since it seems I caused all this chaos about panicking, I just want to say I was joking about the panicking. Well, I understand. Although I think there are a lot of people, both online, social media wise, and in this chat, who are not kidding about the panicking. And I'm here to tell you there's no reason to panic at all. Can we have one smooth day this offseason, please? Yes. Sunday. That'll be smooth. And then Monday, all hell will break loose again. What else we got here? A lot of ball game left. See, Tyler? You know what's up. You know what's going on. Broke off negotiations with Aaron Jones last year, too. Funny, right? Yeah, he was out the door, remember? Gone. Hitting free agency until he wasn't. There's no deadline here. Deadline spur action. Take it. Step off the ledge. Let me enjoy my Friday, please, Packers. Jesus. I hear you, man. I hear you. Justin, thanks for the super chat. I think Green Bay will pay Adams, but you can't make 12 Bakhtiari, Adams, soon to be Jair, etc., all the highest paid players in the league. I mean, yes and no. Yes, you're right in the sense of you can't have, the entirety of your star-studded roster be the top of the pay scale across the NFL, unless you are willing to go with absolute ditch diggers and undrafted guys through the majority of the rest of your squad. But obviously, a lot of this, there's two things that they're trying to work with and or against here. One, the Aaron Rodgers situation and his contract and all that entails. And then B, the absolute mess the cap is in 2022. And then the explosion, the expected explosion in 2023, where the cap should open up exponentially due to the new media deals. Now, all of that is just like scratching the surface of what Davante and the Packers are undoubtedly trying to maneuver toward. But you're right. At some point, you do have to draw a line, and it sure feels like that's what the Packers are doing here. Don't forget, they have won every game he's missed due to injury since Matt LaFleur came on board. And I'm not saying he's replaceable because he isn't. He's the best wide receiver in the league, and he absolutely should get paid. I understand that thinking, and I understand that stance from Davante and his team. But if you are the Packers, and you're dealing with exactly what Justin's talking about here, yeah, at some point, lines start having to be drawn. So it's a tricky situation. There's no doubt about it. Kyle, thanks for the super chat. If I can't panic, may I at least start drinking early today? This offseason is going to take years off my life. But why? Why? Why is it going to take years off your life? Man, the offseason is too long, and there's way too many nonsensical, irrelevant headlines. That's, we've been conditioned now. This stuff seeps into our brain and in our consciousness, and we're eating, sleeping, breathing Packers stuff each and every day. I understand like hanging out and talking Packers, shooting the shit and having a good time, but have it like, take years off your life. And I know you're making a joke, but like people get so instantly jumped to, oh, it's all over, it's all done. But I mean, to your first question, Kyle, yeah, absolutely. Start drinking, man. Time to embrace the love era. We'll see. Could be here sooner than you think. Wait, I think I missed one. Oh, there we go. IKCast44. What's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Looks like the new Rodgers just signed his deal. He did indeed. That came moments after Ian's report about Davante. I saw, I believe it was Field Yates had that the Packers have agreed to terms with Amari Rodgers. So there, look, a deadline. Rookies report today, and the deal is done. Deadline spur action. There is no deadline for Davante's deal at the moment. Just dial it back. Dial it back. Shouldn't they hope Rodgers just retires, opens up a lot of money to build around Love? Yeah, that is a possibility. However, I think that's one reason why Rodgers won't do it. He's got to use every bit of leverage he can. Don't forget, Rodgers, if you believe the reporting, wants out of Green Bay, doesn't ever want to play in Green Bay again, and wants to go someplace else. If he retires, that doesn't help his case. So, I mean, at what point do we say enough of it? Jair or Lambeau Field itself asking out? Wait, what? That didn't even make any sense. Russ saving for the Tyler Lancaster monster extension. So when does Schefter try and scoop this Adams news with more news on Rodgers? Oh, that check is undoubtedly in the mail. The sooner us charter members of Entitled Town learn to accept we can't control what goes on with our team, the better. Yeah, David, I don't have a problem with people being invested in the Packers. Obviously, hell, I co-founded a website about the Green Bay Packers and being dedicated to the fans, and I love talking Packers each and every day. It absolutely, dominates my existence. So I'm not belittling anyone's passion or desire to connect with the team or its fans. But this idea that one tweet is going to send Packers fans into an absolute tailspin is just like, I gotta tell you guys. Again, go out, breathe the air, touch the grass, go to a park, find a swing set and swing a little bit. Just breathe in the air and relax and let it all out of your head. Trust me, you'll feel a lot better. This is all irritating, but let's remember the Green Bay Packers are forever. Well said, Chris. Well said indeed. As a Bears fan, is everything okay? Totally great. Can't wait to watch you guys ruin another quarterback. It's going to be awesome. We've got one who's going to be really good. Good luck. If Rodgers were to be traded, doesn't it make sense to trade Adams in the same deal? I know we can tag him, but the return package for those two would be massive. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not fantasy football, right? I mean, the monster financial ramifications of that trade for the team acquiring both of those guys would be pretty crazy. But never say never. I'm not going to say it's impossible. The Bears still stink. No, they don't stink. They suck. That's what you're looking for there. What do we got here? What the hell is happening, Aaron? It's all part of the game, man. All part of the game. Don't think for a moment that, Davante is going to be what? He's going to come in all sullen and not perform. He's still going to come ball out in 2021, regardless of who the quarterback is. And then hopefully when there is an actual deadline to get his deal done, they make some headway, whether it's during the season, after the season ends, etc., and they get something done. IKCast44, thanks for the super chat. Safe to assume this is what Tay's posts were about? I mean, you never want to assume, but yeah, maybe. But don't forget that post on Insta came a couple hours after the Schefter tweet about Aaron Rodgers, so could still be about Rodgers. Could be about his contract. Again, I don't like to put words in the mouth of a guy who is more than capable of talking for himself. When the Packers finish 7-10, but you can say the Bears still suck. I mean, they suck eternally, so of course. It's hard to not panic when it seems like the Packers right now. When it rains, it pours. When it seems like with the Packers, that's not English. Where are all the Bears fans coming from? I wouldn't even be able to find a Bears chat. They have to like look up to a successful franchise. It's their only taste of success. Most of these people on Twitter and social weren't around for the 85 Super Bowl. They've heard mom and dad talk about it, but they don't know what that's like. So they have to like come on a Packers chat and get a waft of success. Just kind of the entrails of it. That's what they need. Stanley, thanks for the super chat. I can see Tag is coming after this season. I mean, if they're able to get out from Aaron Rodgers' contract, maybe they have the space, but their salary cap is a mess next year. Tagging Tay is, I'm not going to say impossible, but it's unlikely. It's highly unlikely. Vikings got this division on lock. You guys are adorable. Am I still optimistic? Of course I'm optimistic. People, the Packers have been around for 100 years. I've seen some really shitty decades of football, and I've seen some great decades of football. Everything that's transpired this offseason, everything that they could possibly be going into in 2021 and beyond, bring it, man. Yes, I'm optimistic. The Packers are the best, 1,000,000,000%. And they're going to put up a good fight against anybody in this league, regardless of who's the quarterback, regardless of who's the number one wide receiver. This is a very good team. Stop with this, it's all over nonsense. Lord. Intrigued to hear what Davante's wife has to say. All right. Relax, Joey. At what point do we pass on the optimism? Whenever I'm dead and in the grave. That's when I'll stop. I'm a Packers fan till the end. Can't stop my green and gold blood. That's right, Krista. That's what I'm talking about. If you had to choose between Davante and Jair, who would you resign? If that's the choice, it's Jair. Like, not even a question. 1,000%. The whole offense will be unpredictable without 12 and 17 because we haven't seen it. Well, the Jordan Love aspect of it makes it very unpredictable. No doubt about it. I mean, we've seen it without Davante, but that's with Aaron Rodgers at the helm. And they've been very successful without Davante, but Aaron Rodgers' experience undoubtedly papers over a lot of those cracks. So we will see. Stanley, thanks for the super chat. Had Brian and Mark been working for Jerry Jones, they would have been fired. Possibly. Maybe. Unless, Jerry was the one making those moves, which is more than likely in Dallas. Mason Crosby, offseason controversies, 0. Fair point. Very fair point. Let's see what we got. I'll take a few more here. In Matt LaFleur, we trust. Look, Matt LaFleur's not a miracle worker, right? You don't want his best players not playing. We all agree there. But as Devin Funchess so perfectly said, man, it's about the 11 on the field. You're going to put your best 11 out there, and you're going to go and you're going to win. And that's the mentality. Just miss me with this whole, they can't, and they won't, or they're dead, or they're done. Talk about a defeatist attitude. What did Mike McCarthy say? That's a polluted mindset, man. Let's hope Goots and company keep screwing everything up. Don't keep screwing everything up. That's a decent wish. Eric, thanks for the super chat. Does this offseason put more pressure on the front office to hit on their decisions from here on out to sustain the success for the future? I mean, sustaining the success for the future is about the decisions they've already made. The idea of drafting Jordan Love, this draft class that they have this year, the draft class that they had last year that everyone hated. Guys like Josiah DeGuara, A.J. Dillon, Kamal Martin, they're going to have to step up. And that's what it's all about. It's not like all of a sudden, what is it? Remember when you were a kid and you always had that one idiot guy on the football field when you played pickup football or basketball? It's like when you started winning, he was like, I'm going to try now. It's not like there's a switch that they're suddenly going to say, we better look out for the future. They've been looking out for the future. That's why these things are happening, these perceived calamities. This is a team in transition. Things were always going to be turbulent. Starting to, feel little bumps here in the air, but they're still flying the plane. They're still going to land it. Y'all just got to dial it back a little bit. The Packers have great nucleus, lots of optimistic about contracts will be worked out. I mean, can't pay everybody, right? That is tried and true in the NFL, no matter what happens since the, what do you call it, salary cap came into play. I'm going to try now. That's so true. I don't know what's so true, but yes, totally true. Wow. I do like that there is a pretty decent amount of optimism versus pessimism in here. It's like a war of souls. The Packers live rent free in Bears and Vikings fans' head. Nice to see. Oh, yeah. Always and forever. Kurt, thanks for the super sticker. Thanks for the support. Very nice. But if 2 or 3 of those out of the 11 aren't good, you aren't going to win. That didn't work for Devin at Michigan. Michigan, that means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. What Devin Funchess did or didn't do on another football team doesn't mean anything. The Packers putting their best 11 players out there is what matters. And this is your team. If you want to go jump, go be a Bears fan. They seem to enjoy trolling Packers chats. Go ahead. This is your team. I, for one, am excited to see what happens. You do whatever you need to do. But Brian Gutekunst is looking out for the long-term interests, as is his job description, of the Green Bay Packers. We have no details on this contract negotiation other than, I believe it was Schneidman put out there, that the Packers don't want to give him Hopkins money or don't want to recognize the Hopkins contract because he's paid a whole lot more than the next highest wide receiver. Undoubtedly, the Cardinals were able to do that because they have a quarterback on a rookie deal. So that being the only data point we have, it's impossible to sit here and say, oh, Brian Gutekunst is being ridiculous or, just pay the man. There's so many layers to it that we are not privy to. And there's no deadline. That's the thing that just drives me nuts. And that's why Ian's tweet is so interesting. The framing of, they're in a bad place. Okay, so is he not showing up? Davante said he's coming to camp regardless. So let's see. Let's wait. Let's breathe. Let's try to enjoy our weekends. And join me at 1 p.m. Eastern because I'm going to talk fantasy football. Josh Norris and I are going to hop on the stream and talk Friday fantasy. So if you have questions about any Packers when it comes to fantasy relevancy or any fantasy football questions at all, join me at 1 o'clock. In the meantime, try to take a walk. Try to breathe. Try to calm down. It's going to be all right. I promise. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Try to get this out of your system and have a good time. Come on. Training camp next week. Had all offseason to get negative and think the world is ending. Man, it's almost football season. Get excited. Can't wait. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Go Pack Go.